Test 1, 2. There we go. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Radu and Michael, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you again. Thank you for the tip about my mic there. I didn't realize I had not reconnected it. So, here we are in orbit around Duna, a successful orbit. Very, very cool stuff. And we have enough DV to get home. I checked the transfer window. Now, one thing I did notice is that we're going to have to hang around for a couple of years before we head home in order to get home on the DV we have. So if we do this again when we come back, that's a very, 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 very strong argument for bringing a science lab, because we're essentially going to do as much science as we can, but then we're going to be hanging around in orbit for a couple of years with nothing to do. So, you know, lessons learned, right? You can't get everything right the very first time. That being said, Spaceman, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you again. Let's start doing some science. So, if we take a look at where we are, we're at AP. And so we're going to start science here in high orbit above Duna. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a crew report. Crew report while in space high over Duna. The planet is very red and appears to have deep brown furrows across the surface. There does appear to be some kind of ice at both poles, though. There we go. There's our very first piece of science. Now, there are limits to how many crew reports I think we can only take one crew report home with us, right? Or perhaps... I'm not sure, but that one had 25 science. A couple of years. Please explain how you figured it out for those of us who don't know. I used the transfer planner window. The transfer window planner. It's a website that helps you figure out the efficiency to do transfers. And I guess I can show that right now. So let me go into. Let's see, let's go into this. Push this up here and do the transition. Okay, so if you look at the launch window planner here, you input your mission parameters, and you can search this on Google, KSP window planner. It's at alexmoon.github.io. Let me zoom in just a bit here. So, we're gonna put in our mission parameters first. And there's a handy little thing here. Kerbin time has 6-hour days and 426 day years, right? So that's a useful little bit of information. Our current origin is gonna be Duna. This orbit I've left kind of blank. We don't have a circular orbit, we have an elliptical orbit, so I'm just leaving this in here as a kind of default value. But if you had a circular orbit, you could put in the real value here. Our destination is we want to get home to Kerbin. And again, we've got this basic default value of 100 kilometer orbit around Kerbin. Optionally, you can toggle this no insertion burn to save DV. So we're going to try to do an arrow capture when we get home or a flyby or what have you. And then I'm going to put in the earliest departure. So our current date in Kerbin, Kerbal Space Program in the game is year 6 day 177, I think. Lastly, there is the transfer type. I'm leaving this on the default, which is ballistic. So this is used to calculate more how much DV you need to spend rather than what the best window is. So latest departure, I messed around with this. By default, this starts at like year 10. And that got me a departure sometime in year 9 where the DV cost was 1655. So if you look right here, this is the kind of range of DV costs around the selected calculated plot point. So it'll get you like 3 years later for 12 DV or whatever, 20 DV. So I kind of played around with it. I was lowering the year bit by bit until I got the one closest to our current date that was within a reasonable amount of DV of the absolute optimum that we found. So after you put those values in, you just click plot it. and it'll do this plot. And if you kind of scroll out a bit, you can see there's lots of different departure dates. So over here, there's one for 1639, but that is an additional like 1,200 days later, like 2 years later. So that's the date in year 10. Whereas here, kind of if we get the optimal, we lose a few points of efficiency with our delta V calculation, but it's 1,200 days earlier, so we don't have to sit in orbit for another year, another 2 years or 3 years or whatever. So as you kind of click around in here, it'll show you kind of what the transfer details are over here on the right. But the one that I found, the best one, let's replot this, so this is kind of the optimal place to do it. And here's the range of DV values around here. So the absolute best is 1678 in this dark blue. And then as we move our transfer window, we change the date and the time of the flight, we can see the values kind of going up and down. So delta V, if we left here, is 6,000 for a 370-day transfer. If we want a 151-day transfer, we need 12,000 meters per second in DV. And the optimal, in terms of DV cost, is right here, 1678 for a departure on year 7, day 355 at 2 o'clock. And it's a 314-day flight, and there's a bunch of other information here. But that's sort of the basics of how to use this tool. Now let me swap back to the game. You have a very sussy orbit. When the orbit is sus. There's a bug in the game which we can do infinite crew reports. Oh, wow, there's a mod for that to keep it in game. That'd be nice. I actually think there is one, Michael. I don't remember the name. All right. So some mods about crew reports. So again, I think you can only store one crew report per vessel, unfortunately. Now, EVAs, or no, actually, no, that's not right. No. If you are in a different biome, you can store another crew report, I think. Or possibly that's EVAs. But speaking of EVAs, we're going to do one in a minute here. Let's start by doing some science. All right, so let's open up our science bay here and check out what we've got. It's a little bit hard to kind of pick and see everything, but let's see. Right there, those are the batteries. Did I not put... I must have, right? Yeah, okay. So we've got 3 instruments here. We do not have the Science Junior. We just have this stuff. So we can come back another time with another vessel and do more science in orbit, or we can try to land or what have you. But let's observe the mystery goo. The goo feels right at home here. 50 science. Love that. And you'll notice, actually, this bar, this green bar, is not full up all the way. And that's because we can repeat this... experiment and get more science from the other side. Now let's do our barometric pressure. The instrument reads 0. It's as if it were in a vacuum. There's 60 science right there. Let's keep that experiment. And then let's log the temperature. Another 40 science. Love that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our scientist, Bob, and he's going to do an EVA. Okay? So we'll get an EVA report from Bob. EVA report while in space high over Duna. There's another 40 science. And now we're going to have him climb down so that he's within range of these other experiments. And we're going to have him collect the data. So he is going to... Oh, he can't quite get there. Okay. So we need to actually do an EVA here. So we're going to let go. I'm going to turn on RCS. And he got bumped away a little bit. So let's stop that motion. How do I... Hold on. Now, how do I rotate him? regardless. Let's aim the camera there. Let's reset the camera. Hold on. So how do you... Let me... Nope. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Let's not get too far away here. I'm trying to figure out how to rotate him. Probably the Alt key, right? No. Does anyone know? Does anyone know how you can use RCS to rotate in place? That would be legit. Thank you, Josway, for the explain. You're welcome. Mods about crew reports. We mean the transfer windows. Okay, let me look something up real quick. Let's go back over to the browser here, and let's look up KSP keybinds again. KSP RCS keys. Key bindings. RCS. Nope. So light green. Here we go. Translate forward, up, down, left, right. What about... Can you rotate someone? Can you, like, twist them? Docking controls. AVA controls. Here we go. AVA controls. Forwards, backwards, left, right. Okay, Q, rotate, left, right. Up, down, toggle jetpack. Jump. Jet counterclockwise. Left click and drag left. Pitch down by jet. Left click and drag up. Okay. Ah, hold on. This is kind of working. So we can kind of get him ever so slightly. It's very, very slow. But there we go. I want to... No, see, it reset it. It reset it. Why did it reset it? Damn it. I didn't want him like that. Okay, well, let's get close in here. Now let's collect the data and restore the canister. This is what I was trying to do. Let's take the data from that, and we'll take the data from this, and we will... okay, so then we close the service bay. Okay. Now we need to get back in the ship. It's kind of annoying that you can't aim them the way you want to. It's not really neat that they can grab the ladder if they're close. Okay. Well, let's grab this. Okay, there we go. Climb back up and board. Okay, so now all of the data from those experiments has been added to the crew hatch. And so what we can actually do is come down here and now repeat that mystery goo experiment. Although we're not going to do this right now. We're going to save this for the other one. But we could now repeat this and carry the report of the second version of the report home in the goo canister itself. Anyway, so the next thing we're going to do is we are now going to go down into low orbit and repeat all those experiments. So our periapsis here, if we look at our orbital information, is 60 kilometers. So that's low orbit, just above the atmosphere. So let's head down to periapsis. And it looks like actually we're going to be in low orbit above the polar ice caps. So that's pretty cool. Let's see, what else can we do? I guess we just kind of come down here. Let's warp here. Fix window, can't see. Damn it, why is it so hard for me to remember this? My apologies. Uh, I don't know why it's so hard for me to remember to fix the dang window. Anyway, so here we are. Now we're over the ice cap. Let's come in a little bit. Gosh, that sucked. You missed that whole thing. So basically what I did was I in my Ava, I moved my scientist Bob down to the service bay and reset all the experiments. We'll do that again here. Where is the planet? Okay. So, now we're in low orbit, so this should be a different biome. Let's go ahead and do another crew report. See, that's going to overwrite it. That's what I was worried about. Well, what can you do? Let's... Oh, wait a minute. I do have a materials bay here. I did bring one. Okay. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this again here now that you guys can see. Get you a stream deck. Yeah. So let's go ahead and start by opening up the service bay. We're gonna start with Mystery Goo. Observe. Now this is while in space near Duna. Okay, so technically we're not within the atmosphere. This doesn't count as one of Duna's biomes. This is low orbit. The goo takes on a red sheen. It looks very much like the planet below. There's 70 science. Let's recover that. And again, this is not the full deal. Let's go ahead and do temperature. That's very nice. And we'll do pressure data. All that's very good. And then let's go up to the materials bay and conduct a materials study. The high radiation environment caused a few of the samples to glow. It looks like this would be fun to paint the rocket with. 175 science, love that. Okay, now, our scientist Bob, he's gonna Ava. Now he's close to the materials bay here, so we're gonna collect the data. And then because he's a scientist, he can also restore. Now if we store this data, store experiments, and then if we run this again, can he store the second version? Because remember, this is not, let's collect that data. Can we store that? No, that's a duplicate. So we have a choice, right? We can either take the second version home in this, or we can use this for a different biome. If we can get into the upper atmosphere, for example, if we dip our toes in there. So for now, we're gonna restore that. And now we're gonna climb down. Yeah, we're going to let go. Float down just a little bit. There we go. We're going to collect the data from the goo canister. We're going to collect the data from the pressure. And we're going to collect the data from the... Oh, we're a little far away. Take the data from the thermometer. And then we're going to restore the goo container. So now we can run this again if we want to. Let's get over to the ladder. Let's store all of our experiments, all 4. There we go. Looks like that was successful. Then we'll board. One of the experiments we collected cannot be stored. The materials study. Okay. Right, we already tried that. So, let's go ahead and close this. Let's review the data we have on the command pod right now. We have 8 reports. Temperature scan space near Duna. Ava report high. Mystery goo. Pressure scan. Temperature scan. Material study. Mystery goo. So I think we missed our Ava report here. We did. All right. Let's keep all of those. Let's have Bill do an EVA here, and he can do an Ava report. Now this is... Okay, here's what I was excited about. Ava report from space just above Duna's Midlands. So we can actually get Ava reports for each of the biomes on Duna that we are able to approach in our orbit. You're saying I can store experiments and then do another crew report? crew report while in space near Duna. Planet is very red. Yes, okay. I see. I see what you're saying. So by taking it out of the cockpit and storing it in the data storage instead of in the cockpit, we can get more AVA reports, or more crew reports. Got it. Okay, good tip. Let's do that again. Let's take data and store experiments. And let's reboard. Okay, now we missed the materials study in high orbit. Plus, if we take a look here, we also missed doing a crew report and an AVA report near the polar ice. We were just going kind of to... We drove past it while we were thinking. So let's head back up to AP. Let's come in here. Let's quick save. We've got a lot of science built up, so let's save that. And if we now do our materials study, now we have space high over Duna. That's a different biome. Here's another 125 science. Let's keep that, and then let's collect the data and reset the... Collect data and restore. And then we'll store experiments. And board. Okay, now, next up, at some point what we're gonna do is we're gonna dip our toes just a little bit into the atmosphere to get even more science. But for now, let's see if we can get another crew report from the polar ice caps and an AVA report. So let's come down to here. Okay, now let's do a crew report from here. Let's get their inventories all buttoned up. That's fine. Okay, so crew report in space near Duna. So I'm not sure this one's going to be able to be stored. Interesting that we can do a full transmission here. But let's go ahead and EVA our scientists. Let's take the data and store experiments. Yeah, so there's one, that crew report is a duplicate. So that's fine. Let's go ahead and EVA, do an EVA report. Yeah, from space just above Duna's polar highlands. So the crew report is a little bit less granular, but the EVA reports... we can do per biome. Let's store experiments, and let's board. So there's the polar highlands. We did one from the Midlands. So I wonder where else we can get an AVA report. We're going to be in orbit around this for a very long time. Don't you have a science station in orbit over Kerbin? No, I do not. I had a science station on a... I think we had one in orbit around the moon for a while, but it came home or something. We didn't... I can double check, but I don't think so. Let's go to the tracking station. I think I only have... Yeah, orbiting... this is the only thing we have right now. But what I was trying to say is the next thing we want to do. So the closest place to a biome, I think, is right around here. And so whatever's around here, we might be able to, like, maybe we can get, maybe this is a different biome, or one of these craters, maybe. We might be able to get another crew report or another AVA report on a different biome here. We are going to be orbiting this for a very long time, so we might as well. Or actually, no, it looks like this might be the best place to do it. So let's do this. Let's Let's get Jeb on EVA. And let's take a look. So if we EVA report here, just above Duna's poles, we can store that one. Okay, there's another one. So we're right above the poles. And then what we can do is just kind of leave him out here and kind of watch as we can accelerate time a little bit. And as we kind of make our motion around the planet, we can keep taking new EVA reports. Let's pin this for a moment. And let's just fly him around the planet and see how many EVA reports we can generate. Southern Basin is one. There we go. There's a new one. Let's store that. I think we can go a little bit faster here. Cannot warp faster than 1x while Kerbals are on a ladder. Gotcha. Okay. So Southern Basin. We got the poles. We're moving at a good clip here. Do a small normal adjustment to get more biomes. I'm curious how you had a full transmit. I've never seen that. Yeah, I don't know what that is either. Maybe it meant transmitting science from, because that was on Ava, right? I think it means he can transmit it from his suit to the command pod. That must be what it means. Ava report. We've already done this one. So we're crossing a border here. This may be the Midlands or it might be the Lowlands. Let's see. Southern Basin we've already done. I think I'll board him so we can go a little bit faster, and we'll just kind of skip board just a skosh here. Just to there. And let's see. Let's have you EVA. Southern Basin, it's the same one, okay. Let's board. Let's go a little bit further here. Let's try that. Midlands. Now, I think this one we already did, but we can try to store it. No, that one we already did. Okay, so that's Midlands. Let's go a little bit faster now. See if we can get another biome. We're on the dark side, so it's sort of hard to tell. Let's try here. Lowlands. There we go. That's another one. It's bored. We're getting lots of science here. We've got like, what, 400 science already? So that was the lowlands. We've got the midlands. Now, unfortunately, I think we might be kind of too far away by the time we get up here, but let's take a look. Let's go like there and see what we get. High over Duna. I think, yeah, we're too far out now. So we're too far to be affecting biome stuff. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to repeat all our science after we dip our toe just inside the atmosphere. So if we look at Duna here, how do we... Oh, we scroll. The atmospheric height is 50,000 meters. So we want to get just inside this at periapsis. So that we're not really getting any drag effects, but we're able to be inside the atmosphere to do science. Try landing on Ike. It's in between the difficulty of the moon and minimus. Ah, that would be rough, man. Look at my landing gear. It would be trying to land on the Poodle engine here. And if we didn't land perfectly on a flat surface, we wouldn't be able to launch and get home. So I do have something like 700 DV to spare, or like 600, depending. I'm not sure, but maybe. We'll take a look at that in a minute. I want to do all the science first. So let's come up to AP and create an encounter. And let's just dip the periapsis just inside the atmosphere here. So we're going to burn retrograde. Okay. So that's roughly what we want. Let's go ahead and limit our thruster here. We'll go way down. Like 4, 3.5, even more. Let's go to 1%. It's a 33-second burn at 1%. That's very manageable. Okay. So if we do that, we'll get our periapsis just inside the atmosphere and we'll be able to do some stuff. I think you can do an Ike orbit for more science. If you can't land on it, just do orbit. You know what? That does seem... You can try running computer simulations to see if you can do it. Yeah, I'll be honest here. This game is challenging enough that I'm kind of giving up on the idea of permadeath. We'll continue to call them, air quotes, computer simulations, but... and if somebody does actually die, like if I screw up so badly that they die, I'll leave them dead. But if I get into a bad situation and I see it coming and I'm able to revert, I think I'm going to do that. But yeah, orbit around Ike seems much more plausible. Much more plausible. We'll do a computer simulation and see if we can land, but that's pushing it, I think. Okay, I'm going to quick save here, and we're going to warp up to our maneuver. Let's enable SAS and face retrograde. And... go. I'm gonna start this burn in 29 seconds. An orbit is only 300 meters per second, about twice minimus. This moon has no flats, however. All right, let me focus on this burn. Just barely under 50. We need more than like 1 meter though. We need it to be just a teeny bit inside so that we have enough time to do some science. Something like that's good. There we go. 49.93. Okay. Now, in case of emergency, we are going to reset our thrust. And now, we're going to go ahead and do all of that science inside the atmosphere. So, let's come back over here, and let's get down to periapsis. Your fuel easily cuts it, 100 capture, 400 to land, 400 to take off. You're left 1,100 to return. You already have a high orbit. So from our current orbit, we need something like 1,700 to return. but escaping Duna's SOI to go to Ike might involve... It might work. I'm not sure. We can take a look at the transfer planner window in a moment. All right. Let's come down here. All right, we're already inside the atmosphere. That's great. Let's do all our science. Let's open this up. And we'll do... Mystery Goo. Huh. Now, it doesn't... It's not... it still says in space near Duna. Shouldn't we be in the high atmosphere here? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Reset. I have to wait for the sea level to be below 50,000. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to observe Mystery Goo. Upper atmosphere. Yeah, baby. There we go. Log pressure data. Log temperature. And then conduct material study. Okay. Upper atmosphere. You expose the material samples to the environment, taking notes of how it behaves. And we're already back up out of the atmosphere. So we managed to squeeze in all that science. That was great. Now we can go ahead and have 3V report as well. 3VQ report. Oh, AVA report. We'll have to wait until we come back around. So we're going to do that again. We're going to come back around. We need to do... You're right. We need to do crew and EVA reports from the upper atmosphere, if we can. So in the meantime, let's EVA Bob. We will collect the data here and restore it. And then we'll climb all the way down. We will let go. We will... Come on. Collect data and restore the canister. We'll take that data and we'll take that data. And then we'll get back in the can. Let's store all of that. Look at that, 20 experiments. Very nice. Okay, there we go. All right. By the way, will you get KSP 2 the first day it comes out? Absolutely, yeah. As much as I love this game, I could really use an improved UI, better graphics. Like, I know you can mod in a bunch of cool stuff, but yeah, we need to... I'm very excited for KSP 2. I think there's going to be a lot of the same exciting stuff to do. But with a new engine and a fresh coat of paint, all that for sure. Yeah, I'm getting it same day, first day. I might even pre-order it. I don't know. Okay, so let's do another orbit. And dip into the atmosphere again to do some more science. Let's warp here. I'm hoping Josway's down for a joint space station. Huh. Interesting idea. Would we be on the same planet, or how does that work? Two agencies, same planet? Oh, that's kind of a cool idea. Alright, so we're coming back around. Now, interestingly enough, we're going to Ava first here. So that we are outside as we dip into the atmosphere. And let's get everything pinned and ready to go. Or I guess not. Well, okay, we can... I guess we're going to do our Ava report as soon as we hit, and then board. We can pin this. We can pin this. We can pin the thermometer. We can pin the Science Junior. We can pin the command pod. And we can pin Bob. Okay. So as soon as this dips below 50, we're going to take an EVA. We're going to board immediately, or store that report and then board. It's interesting. He will technically be buffeted by the atmosphere, so we don't want to let go. It might push him pretty far away. Well, probably not the very uppermost part of it, but... I'll find the lowest parts bidders. You can find the dumbest pilots. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, we're coming up on our science point. Let's get this done. I don't know if it's going to count an EVA report from the upper atmosphere. I don't know exactly how that works. Yeah, EVA report from upper atmosphere. Very nice. Let's board. And then mystery goo observe. Pressure log. Thermometer log. Science junior conduct material study. Crew report. Oh, we missed the window. We missed the window for the crew report. It's very, very small window there. Okay. So we can come back around and do the crew report for sure. Let's unpin all these. Let's have Bob EVA again. Collect everything up. Some of this will be duplicates. Collect data, restore. We need to come down here and let go. Collect data, restore. Take data. Take data. And store which ones we can. Yeah, that was all duplicates. Okay, so we couldn't get any of that, but that's fine. We did get the EVA report. So we'll close those doors. I think we're almost done with science here. I don't think there's anything more we can do, at least not on this planet. So we'll come back around for one more pass. Okay, the wrong button here. We'll come back around for one more pass, and we will do the crew report and see what that gets us. Ooh, boy. All right. What a blast this game is, man. It's such an amazing puzzle game. It's like how do you solve the puzzle in the most efficient way possible? How do you collect the most science possible? Really, really enjoy this game. And looking forward to the sequel. All right, let's come into the atmosphere here. And let's get our crew report going. Crew report from Duna's upper atmosphere. You record the crew's assessment of the situation. Okay. So there we go. We're done with that. We will EVA Bob. And we'll take the data. And store the data. I guess. Let's board. We got a lot of science in here. Okay. Next thing we need to do, just to make sure we're safe here, because we're gonna be in orbit for a long time. We need to come back to AP and make sure our orbit is now outside of the atmosphere. Because even that teeny tiny little bit of drag over a year will cause us problems. So come down to the smallest number and we'll just prograde it just a bit. Just enough to get 1,200 meters above the atmosphere at periapsis. That should be enough. Oh, our SAS has been on for a while, but our solar panels are doing work, so that's fine. Let's put the thrust limiter back down to 0.5. Let's warp to our Maneuver. Holy crap, look at it scroll. Yeah, that's a lot of science. A lot of science, right? Okay. SAS re-enabled, face retrograde. We do a 1-second burn here at 0.5 engine power. That gets our periapsis fixed. That's the first thing I want to do. Make sure I don't forget that. Okay, we're facing retrograde. And here comes the burn. I did a little bit much there. Oh, we're facing retrograde. Nuts. That was a mistake. Okay. Let's face prograde. Fix this up. We don't actually need the maneuver for this. We can just watch this. And we're burning just teeny tiny fractions of fuel here because we're at apoapsis. Okay, there we go. 2,000 meters above the atmosphere. That should be fine. Now, if we're gonna be in orbit for a year, I might actually want just a little bit more here, just in case. There we go, 0.5 kilometer. Okay, so let's put our thrust limiter back, and let's go take a look. All right, so now I'm gonna quick save. We've got tons of science. We just need to get it home now, right? So now, if I review these reports. Transmit science. 100% science data value. Plus 0. That's 35%. Hold on. Not connected. No data. No signal. So there's something about that UI that's kind of wrong. Or it's not accurately reflecting the situation. Let's, all right, let's take a look now. Let's go back to our, let's go back to the window planner. And I swear I will remember this time. I will remember this time to get back. So let's change our launch window planner from Duna to Ike. I guess it doesn't treat it all that differently. It doesn't have its own... Duna, edit orbit. I guess it doesn't really treat it that differently if you're around Ike. Well, let's go back to the game in OBS. Make sure you guys can see. Do a Dumb and Dumber episode where you have a 100% dumb crew and you throw tons of fuel and engines at it and do blind sun orbit. No planning. That sounds like something you should do, my friend. All right, let's take a look here at what's it going to cost us to get to Ike. We're in a really weird orbit here, so I'm not really sure how this would work. We'd probably need to spend quite a lot of fuel to normalize our orbit here. Descending node of 90. I mean, we're just pointing in completely the wrong direction. We would... Man, this is tough. How would you do this? I mean, we are going to be here for a while, so we can kind of like, maybe we can shoot this way and wait for it to be there. Okay, so let's think about this. If we did something like this, right? Let's just theoretically, if we add a maneuver here and we add a bunch of prograde. We can get out to that orbit, right? We can intersect. So something like that, I suppose. We're still in Duna's sphere of influence, though. So that's 250 to get out there. Let me get this in a little bit closer. So there's kind of an intersection with Ike's orbit, right? So now we start playing around with changing when we do this. Oh, there's an intercept. Closest approach, separation. So we just kind of keep playing around with this until we... That gets us an intercept, actually. Ike encounter. So the problem is it's... All right, let's see where else... Hang on, let's bring this back. Because we're going to be here for years anyway. So if I kind of start messing around with where I place this, can we get... Yeah, see, we get, like... What just happened? That's not what I wanted to do at all. Hold on. I think I dragged the wrong thing. Where was it? Yeah, I did drag the wrong thing. So if I drag the encounter, there we go, around. How does that change? Oh, we want to do this at periapsis for much less cost. All right, let's forget that. But we do need to somehow get over there. So if we do periapsis, it's going to push us out, right? Let's add a maneuver here with like just a little bit of, let's just say like 50 prograde, right? That's going to push that entirely the wrong direction. So if we then drag this around, at what point does it start to intersect? Yeah, see, we're in a really tough scenario here where we're just pointing entirely the wrong way. You must fix your plane. Fix it at the ascending or descending node. You're not doing the burn at the right time. Yeah, I'm worried that the plane change is going to be expensive, though. All right, so let's take a look here. At the descending node, we can fix our plane. I wonder, what happens if we do something like this? Huh. That's kind of interesting, too. All right, let's reset that. And let's look at normal, anti-normal. So yeah, to get ourselves, like, on the right plane is super expensive. We could do multiple burns, I suppose. It's best to do it at the descending node. Hang on. Let me come over here to the descending node. Let's take a look at this again. Let's say, what happens if we burn this way? Let's put a little bit in here. And let's see what happens if we kind of move this around. We can kind of tweak that a little bit, okay? All right, let's just do a little bit here. Let's say we do... Let's do 10 meters per second. Anti-normal, right? That changes that. Yeah, the problem here is that no matter... yeah, 5,000 meters per second. Hold on. Descending node, add maneuver. Scale this way down. So as we start to try to change the plane, we're spending so much DV that it's pushing us way, way out. There's no way we're gonna have enough fuel to normalize the plane this way, and then also be able to get to Ike. So we have to do an intercept on our current orbit. That's the only way this is going to work. Save it for the Duna landing stream. It won't be cheap, bruh. Yeah. No, the only way this is going to work is if we... intersect it at one of these 2 points, which we were seeing was possible. No, that's the wrong thing. So if we come out to some, there was a way to get it there, because we had it for a bit. I think if we need to get as much separation from the planet as we can, or we want as much, yeah, we want as much separation from the planet as we can. We were up around like 200 meters per second. We were seeing some kind of intersect eventually. Here we go. Here's an encounter with Ike. It's like it's very soon actually. Periapsis, escape. Okay. So here we go. This is what we needed. If we come in here and let's pin the PE. 785, 788. Okay. So we can get there. And even after the encounter, so how much of a window do we have here? I can counter 1 day, 3 minutes. Ike escape, 1 day, 49 minutes. So we have a little bit of a window there. This is only 180 DV. Let's at least do this. If nothing else, we can get a flyby. Try matching it as much as you can at apoapsis, then fix the rest from the descending node. Yeah, Radu, I'm not going to try to worry about the plane change. We're just going to go into a polar orbit of Ike the same way we're in a polar orbit of Duna. That's the only way I can see to do it with the DV we have. So I will do this burn. Let's quick save. I want some precision here, so I'm going to come over to... Damn, we've had SAS on this whole time. Come over here and limit the throttle to like 50%. That puts our burn time at 43 seconds. That's a little bit more comfortable here for closing the final gap here. Okay, so we're going to come up to this maneuver in 3 hours and 16 minutes. We're going to do our burn, and then we're going to be going along this brown orbit. That's going to get us our Ike encounter. And then our escape orbit is the green one. So we can try to get in orbit over here. Let's focus in on Ike. So yeah, we're going to be coming in at this angle. And if we burn retro at periapsis, let's burn retro at 1 meter per second. Let's see what we can get done. Not a lot. Let's push it up a bit. Starting to bend around. There we go. That puts us in orbit around Ike for another... Yeah, that's 274. That's the problem. That's expensive, man. We're already spending 180. Another 274. Yeah. 274, 3920, whatever. So that's going to be what, 450? That takes us down to like 1800. Technically, that should be enough. That's more efficient. I think polar orbit equals you messed up somewhere. Well, you know what? We're bold explorers. Let's give it a shot. Let's get into orbit around Ike here. So we've got our 2 maneuvers planned. Okay. Let's do it. First maneuver is going to be pure prograde, I believe. Yes, pure prograde. So SAS plus prograde. Yeah, let's go. Let's get more science. Even more, right? Okay. 38 seconds until the burn. We are facing the correct direction. SAS is enabled. I wish we could track the maneuver here, but we can't. Okay, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, burn. Science, the more the better, yeah. If we get home with all this science, we're gonna have like a massive payload. We might have 700 science for this. Okay, here we go, getting close. There it is. Okay. Here comes our Ike encounter, guys. Let's watch it as it happens. Okay, so there we go. There's our orbit around Duna. Then we've encountered Ike. And we go to our... Oh, for charge. Yeah, those solar panels are doing work, man. We come over here, and our maneuver is pure retrograde. Okay. Yeah, we don't need to worry so much about that. The solar panels are working as intended. Let's go ahead and face retrograde and warp to our next maneuver here. 274.3. So 1 minute burn here. To boldly leave green smears where there were none before. That's macabre, my friend. That is dark. Okay. Here we go. It's going to put us in orbit around Ike. I think we got another world first over here. And we're going to be in orbit around Ike for the better part of a year, so that's fine. Okay, SAS is engaged. We're facing retrograde. Our maneuver is pure retrograde, so that's fine, even though our pilots are garbage. And we're getting ready to do this burn. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, burn. Okay. Now Let's focus in on Ike here. Can't see. This one was really fine. It's got very low gravity. So I'm a little worried that we're going to overshoot or undershoot this. Bending our trajectory. Weird orbit around Ike here. And look, it's actually changing our plane over there as well. That's really neat. Kind of accidental benefit there. All right, I got to focus in. Pretty fine control we need here. So we're right at the edge of where this becomes an orbit. I don't think I'm even going to be able to watch this. Hey, we did it! Okay. Orbiting Ike. With 1,800 left to get home. Okay, spacewalk in orbit of Duna. Atmospheric flight above Duna. Initiated the first flyby of Ike. Escaped the gravitational influence of Duna. We've entered orbit of Ike. So we're getting all these fun science and reputation rewards as well as the science we're collecting ourselves. That's really cool. So our periapsis is 757 kilometers. And our AP is 872 kilometers. I don't want to spend any more DV on this at all. Our next burn should be to go home. So this is our orbit for the next year and a half or whatever. But let's go do some science. Okay. I suppose we can also take a look here. Where is Ike? There it is. Just a gray chunk of rock. Not that exciting, but hey, we're here. All right, let's start. Let's do material study. Space high over Ike. Yep, great. Let's do a crew report. You can't help but like Ike. Let's keep that experiment. Let's open our bay doors here. Let's do some material goo. History goo. And where's our other instruments? A little bit hard to see. Pressure. Where is the thermometer? Log temperature. Okay. And then let's come over to the other side and double up. With the goo, at least. Is our mystery goo? There we go. Now we close these doors. Let's get Bob out here to do an EVA. Let's collect this data and restore. And we can board. Run this one more time. Close the doors. Okay. Guys, that's it. That's all the science we can do. We've got 25, 26 reports, I think. 26 experiments, something like that. I cannot think of another eek of science we could figure out here. Where did the friggin' moon go? There it is. So I think we're done, and now we just have to go home. Wow. Okay. Got 1861 to go home. I hope that's enough. So if we take a look at information here, Ike parameters. How far is it from... Ike is a relatively large gray object occasionally seen orbiting Duna. Scientists have postulated that Ike is seemingly perfectly positioned to sneakily interfere with any object that presumes to come orbiting near its parent. How far is Ike from Duna? I guess there's not a good way to tell. But it's at least 1,000,000 kilometers, right? That should make escaping Duna much cheaper. Huh. Okay. Well, we need to time warp now. So, my optimal window is... Let me check the thing over here. Year 7, day 335. For Duna to Kerbin. Year 7, day 335. Okay. Let's set an alarm here. Actually, let's go ahead and go to the tracking station for this. Land F5. I think I did F5. But let's set up an alarm here. Create an alarm. Planetary transfer window. Oh, that's interesting. Kerbin to Moho. Year 6, day 181. That's not right. Starting body. Is Ike in here? No. Duna. Destination body Kerbin. Oh, look at this. It actually calculates it for you if you come in here and do this. Year 7, day 60. Three hours, 11 minutes. 0 years, 50 days. This is kind of interesting. I guess it'll calculate it for you to some degree. We can take a look at this. Now, this is not the optimal one according to the planner. The planner says year 7, day 335. This says year 7, day 60. Starting body to destination body. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and try this. We can always, now that you're around Ike, double check your planner. Let's add an alarm here. And let's actually save the game. Aside from the quick stream, let's save the stream save here. Okay. And so now, let's go back into the tracking station. Let's warp to... How do we warp here? I guess we just kind of warp for a while. Now that you're around Ike orbit, double check your planner? I'm not sure what you mean by planner. Oh, you mean the website planner? I thought you were talking about something in game. I'm like, what's the planner in game? Yeah, Ike. It doesn't change with Ike. It just considers you still in orbit of Duna. Now, technically, we're in a very high orbit, like 1,000,000 kilometers, 2,000,000 kilometers or something. So it should be cheaper for us to get home from Ike, I would think. We've already done most of the work of escaping, or some of the work of escaping Duna's sphere of influence here. So, where is Duna? We're up here. We're trying to get home to here. Now this says we're basically done. It's on the other side. Interesting. Online window planner. Ike orbits at around 3 million meters. Okay, true. So we're gonna try using the in-game transfer window suggestion, and we're gonna see how that goes. If it doesn't look like it's doable on our current DV, we'll skip forward a couple more days to day, I think it's 177, I said. Let's go back here, and let's create. Now, where are we actually? We need to fly you. Now, if we take a look at our, wait a minute. If we take a look at the map here, we need to fly counter. So everybody's going going this way. So we need to fly that way to fall down to Kerbin, right? So when are we going kind of the most that way? I guess it would be here at periapsis of Ike. So we do like a big burn here. Something like that. There's Duna escape. What does that do for our orbit? Ooh, okay, that's interesting. So maybe we can get an encounter here. Let's go back over there and let's keep toying with this a little bit. We will have a plane change to deal with at some point. Let's set Kerbin as our target. So we want to let's pop this up to like 50 and keep pushing prograde. Yeah, we're coming in close. Let's focus on Kerbin here. There we go, 1163. And let's see. That's not the DN. Let's see. How do we get here? That puts us pretty close, and then we can do a mid-course correction kind of thing. Now, about the ANDN. That puts the node at 0.9. That's a pretty good ANDN. That puts us on the right plane. Do I want to go a little bit more? Or a little bit less? Let's bump you up a little bit. I'm just playing around with this to get kind of the ideal. Okay, so that's too far. Would we want it to be right on Kerbin? Is that how? Okay, so somewhere between there is as close to 0 as we can get. Okay. This is more DV than we have, right? So this is not going to work. We need to now address correcting our targeting. So that at least puts us on an intercept with the planet at some point. Or that gets us on the thing. Let's say a one-way mission to Jules Moon Lay that has a breathable atmosphere and water. Great if your lander becomes a surface base. Huh, interesting. So I'm trying to figure out here, can I... You know, doing the plane change in orbit around Ike might not be the best idea. So let's do this. Let's set this back to 0. And let's just escape everybody and kind of get started on our journey away, I think. Because then our AP... This is what? This is periapsis around the sun. Yeah, then our AP's over here. We can bring it in a little bit more. We can worry about the plane change a little bit more. Let's just get into orbit of the sun, I think. For 755, and then we come over here. Maybe here we do some maneuvering. I'm not sure. What are we at? 20 meters per second? Let's bump that up to 50. Oh, that's interesting. We can only get so close. I'm kind of like making it up as I go along, right? I'm having trouble figuring all this out. Let's get rid of you. So maybe we come over to the... Yeah, maybe... All right, so if we're on this... What is that yellow orbit again? That's... Right. So we come over here. Well, no, we need to do more of the burn earlier, I think. Trying to delete this and it's not happening. There we go. Okay. We need to get closer into our orbit from our initial burn here. You guys have any ideas? I'm struggling a little bit to get home here. Let's actually cancel this out. So if Kerbven's our target and we escape from Duna somehow. What did we decide? We decided somewhere around our periapsis is where we're going to add the maneuver. There we go. That's escape, right? And that puts us on this new orbit. And here's our descending node. So this would be where we do the correction, right? So we'll come up here and juice this a little bit. I can't tell if that's working or not. What is that doing? Oh, that's too much. Okay, so that's going to change our ascending node angle to... Okay, hold on. 1 degree. Here we go. Here we go. All right, so this is where we do this. That's an ascending node of 0. All right. Let's do those two maneuvers first. So that's 470 to escape plus 120 to correct the plane change. All right, there we go. If you drew a line from Duna to the sun to Kerbven 90 degrees, not 45. Use fine-tune. If that doesn't work, get closer. Kerbven needs to be 45 degrees from Duna. If you draw a line from Duna to the sun to Kerbven 90 degrees, with Kerbven on approach to Duna, it's 45 to get to Duna. 44, whatever. So right now I'm just kind of following what the transfer window was that it gave us. Because right now, here's Duna, where we're in orbit. And then there's Kerbven over there. So it's 180 degrees away. So did the launch window lie to us? If you would draw a line from Duna to the sun to Kerbven, Kerbin. With Kerbin on approach to Duna, 45 degrees. So, Kerbin's on approach to Duna. We're further out at Duna, so yeah, this is going to catch up eventually. But it's a super long journey, right? So 45 to get to Duna, 90 to get back, and 45 to return to. I'm gonna try this. We'll call this a simulation. I'm gonna try this and see what happens. Man, those solar panels have paid their way. Let's go forward to here. And then I think we need to turn our engine back up to max throttle here. And let's get going. So our first maneuver is pure prograde 470. Let's go. Let's try this. Let's see if we get home. Let's just experiment and find out. We'll figure it out pretty quickly if this is going to work or not. All right, here's our first burn to escape Ike and Duna. Okay, close enough. We are on escape. Our next burn. Wait, was that right? Duna escape in 43 days. Start burn in 1 year? Hold on. One year, 340 days. That seems like a lot. When is our escape from Duna? 43 days. Okay, and then what? Then what are we on? Then we're on this red line? Three years. Okay, I think we're moving really slowly here, is the problem. You're moving towards an object coming at you. If 90 don't work, you can continue to do 45. So this is troubling. It seems like we're on a really slow escape vector. How is this? Do I want to burn more, or what are we doing here? Wait, Duna apoapsis. Ike periapsis. So Ike escape. We're on the green line, aren't we? I think by the time we escape Ike, Ike is gonna pull us all out of. All right, let's go forward a little bit here. So we should lose our orbit around. Make a counter. Ike escape. So this gets rid of Ike. Okay. And now there's another Ike encounter in 33 days. I see the problem. So we're on this, and we're going to loop around, and then we're going to have another Ike encounter that's going to be kind of a gravity assist, I guess, that's going to throw us into an escape. Okay. Well, you know what? We can do that. So we got this super long elliptical orbit. We're not going to burn any more DV right now. We're going to see where this gets us. You needed to orbit Duna until Kerbin was at an appropriate angle before that burn you did. Well, I understand what you're saying. I'm interested in why the game gave me this date as the launch window. Or maybe it was just the opening of the launch window. I'm not sure. But regardless, let's get ahead. Let's escape from Duna and see where we are. So here's our encounter. This pulls us up a little bit, I guess, which pulls us out of our orbit with Duna here. And now we are ready to escape Duna. Okay. Days. So we're not moving backwards fast enough, but I'm hoping that once I escape from Duna, like, it'll be a little bit easier for me to figure out what I'm doing. Okay. So now we've escaped from Duna, and now we are on, you know what, let's get rid of this for a moment. We're on this orbit right here. This blue orbit. Kind of inside the orbit of Duna. And we're trying to hit Kerbin, right? So let's just, let's check our chart. Yeah, we're fine. Let's just face retrograde, and let's see what happens as we start to plan a burn here. Where's our actual orbital value? T-minus 1 year? How do I get my current... It's like invisible. I guess we don't really have a choice here. We just start sort of burning retrograde? What even is this blue line? That should be our orbit, right? All right. Let's just burn retrograde for a bit. I don't see another choice. Are we going this way? Oh, we're going the wrong way. That's why. We're going this way around the sun. Okay. All right. Yeah, there we go. Let's add a maneuver here to burn retrograde. And see what that does. Okay, there we go. Now it's starting to be a little bit more what I sort of expected. Let's say we burn like 1,000 of our 1,000 meters here, right? That definitely intersects us with Kerbin's orbit over here somewhere. So that's a reasonable kind of... That's our target. Okay. I think... So we're past the descending node. Okay, all right. We're past the descending node. So if we do that burn, then where is our new ascending node, descending node? So we actually need to do this as quickly as possible because we're getting further and further away from it, and our next opportunity isn't until a year from now, which is bad news. So we're going this way. Hang on. Let's change this maneuver here to try to fix our plane. Let's do that part first. So let me pin you. We're at negative 9% for Kerbin. Let's try and fix that. Maneuver 1. 10 meters per second. There we go. Now we're talking. 3, 2, 2. 2, 2. Okay, so this is about as good as we can go here. Can we get it down to 0.1 somewhere? No, there's really no way to do it. What was that? 0.3. Let's spend as little as possible. I think that's the way to go here. So we'll get it to 0.2 as cheaply as we can. Oh, it was almost 0.1 there for a second. There we go. Okay, so we'll do this burn. Fine. Let's do this as quickly as possible to kind of fix that up. It's a bit of a fine-tuned operation there. That looks pretty good. We should be able to make that happen. We are 53 minutes out. Let's get stability assist set up and point towards the maneuver node. Not sure why it's here. Oh, we did something here. What does that do? Okay, that's fine. Guys, this is like me fumbling with, trying to figure out these maneuvers. I know it's probably not the most engaging stuff, but I'm hoping to get you guys home. So I'm trying to like figure this out as I go. Let's get the plane change done. It's 123. That leaves us with 1,200, 1,300. That should be enough, I would hope. Okay, let's go. Which line are we trying to get to here? The blue line to the orange line, I think. Fairly certain that's the case. Yeah, okay, here we go. Okay, that's about as good as I can do that. Alright, so we're pretty close with the ascending and descending nodes. So now the question is, we're going this way, Kerbin's catching up to us. now we need to plot a maneuver that lets us get home. How are we out? Wait a minute. How are we outside of... We're actually outside of Duna's orbit. That's a weird consequence of, like, the weird stuff we did. Okay. Let's just do a retrograde burn here. And let's see where we start to encounter Kerbin, hopefully. That's the goal, anyway. Let's start at 50 meters per second, and let's just go, let's add some retrograde and see where things start to happen. Okay, so now our periapsis is getting into an intercept over here, but during this whole time we're traveling, Kerbin's catching up to us, right? So we want the intercept to be much further along the line, I guess. Closest approach, we're way ahead of it. Yeah, we're way ahead of it. Okay. And that's pretty much all the fuel we have. Okay, so I think this finally... I know this was a long and arduous way for me to kind of find out what you guys were saying was right. But now we're kind of like at the maximum of our ability to do stuff here with our DV, and we're going to be way ahead of it by the time it catches up to us here. And we'd probably have to do many of these orbits for like centuries before it lined up correctly. Or, I don't know, maybe we'd just have to wait another 7 days, 70 days or something. Well, let's cancel this for now. So we are basically still in a roughly where we would be for Duna to go home. So you guys were saying, did you decide on 45 or 90 to get back? Michael said 90. And Michael, you're the one who's still here, so okay. So here's us, and here's Kerbin. Let's do a quick save, and let's kind of just like see how long we have to fast forward through time before this starts to look more along the lines of what you said of 90 degrees. So this angle we're looking at, we want that to be essentially a right angle. Which, hold on, starting to, nope, it's still not there. So that's more of a right angle. It's actually, I went a little bit too far. But let's see what this does. So now if we do our retrograde burn, just kind of throw one up here like this, add maneuver, and let's go retrograde. Up to around 1100, right? Something like that. I think we went too far here now. Let's try that again. Let's go back to the sun here. So just to be clear, if we do a burn that intersects, what do we actually need to do to intersect with the orbit here? Our first intersection is when the periapsis touches So we can get there and get into the orbit, right? That's almost perfect, I think. $13.3. That's basically it. Closest approach and closest position. Okay, so what we want is 750 dV retrograde. Let's keep that in mind. 750, right? So now, if we advance time, I guess we could just drag this around, right? It's getting further away. If you were in orbit of Duna, it would have been a prograde burn. Yeah. So if we wait till... Where's it getting closer? It's kind of close over there. All right, let's, ooh, boy. I don't know how to get home here. I think maybe what I want to do here is let's load up the stream save. Before we did all that. And let's try it using the transfer window thingy. So we're back at year 6, day 181. And now it's telling me to go to year 7, day 335. So year 7, day 335. This says Duna to Kerbin, 7 day 335. So we want to add 305, 275 days to this, right? Manual time alarm. Duna to Kerbin. 1 year. That gets me to year 7, day 181. 100 days, 281. What did it say? 335 is what I want. So let's add 4. And then add 50. 335. Okay. Let's go to this. Oh damn! Look at that. I didn't know it had this this effect. That's gonna strobe. That's gonna be a problem. Hang on. Slash cancel that nonsense. Tracking station. There we go. We can do it from here. So here, so we're over here at Duna. That's more than 90 degrees. You may want to look at a circle burn. The blue one's radial in instead of retro. Okay. Let's see where it puts it if we follow what the planner said. We want to essentially burn this way. We want to be going inward and have this guy catch up with us. That's the basic idea. Right? So where does the online tool think we want to be? Yeah, I loaded a save, so we're back at Duna. We're orbiting Ike right now. I wanted to try the other window that it provided, because the first one had us like across from each other. I think this is going to be what you said. I think this is going to be pretty much straight on 90 degrees. Oh, maybe less than 90 degrees. Maybe it's gonna be 45. Yeah, it looks like more along the 45 line here. I'm gonna fall inward for sure. All right. So part of the problem is that we are in this weird polar orbit around Ike. So if we zoom out, where do we want to be? Where do we want to be going? We want to be going that way. How do we do that? Do we try to get back into orbit of... Probably we have to, right? We have to get into orbit of Duna first, and then fix after that. Somehow. So if we come to PE here, and just go prograde here, what does that get us? There we go, hold on. So we can escape for 2 meters per second and get back into orbit around Duna. That I like. That's easy to... That makes things easier to understand. And then we can look at our orbit around Duna. I can't remember which way we're going to be going, but then we can figure out how do we get home from there. So let's do this. Let's get this done. Fine. Base prograde. And let's escape from Ike. All right, let's take a look. All right, we're on an escape, so we're going to take Ike out of the equation. That's fine. Let's jump ahead a little bit. A couple hours one way or the other shouldn't make a difference. Okay, so we have escaped from Ike, right? Yes, we've escaped from Ike. Okay. Now, let's zoom back out and take a look at what we need to do next. Okay. We need to go that way. We need to go along that part of our orbit. So, okay. So, basically, yeah, we need to do another prograde maneuver here. And we need to get going along... We need to escape... That's the wrong button. We need to escape from... Duna. Okay. That's looking good. Or roughly good. Let's add more DV here. Maybe we can get an encounter with Kerbin. I think we have to set it as our target. Hold on. Let's come back. We've used up more fuel than we actually have anyway. Should be around 1600, I think. Something like that. So that's 300 days in the future. But Kerbin will have moved by then, so I'm confused now. Did it give us the wrong information, or... This is why you don't launch. Launch at a 90-degree angle. Ah, how do you get home, man? Come on. This is garbage. Just tweaking the... Does tweaking this change anything? Not really, right? When does it say... Departure year 7, day 335. Arrival, year 8. Time of flight, 314 days. Phase angle, ejection angle. 117 degrees to retrograde. Ejection, delta V, 650 meters per second. $650 meters per second. What does that do for me? Oh, hold on. Maybe we meet it over here. That's starting to make a little bit more sense. So we come along around here and meet up with Kerbin as it comes around here. So we're not trying to meet it on this first part. We're trying to meet it on the other side. Okay, hold on, hold on. Now I'm starting to get it. Man, that was confusing for me. Let's tweak this now. Let's get this to touch the orbit over here. So what do we have right now? Prograde? Look at that. Okay, we're getting close now. Closest approach, target position, and this is in 240 days. Okay. 2.8. 2.89. Okay. Okay, hold on. So as I tweak this, we're getting closer and closer. There we go. There's an encounter. Holy moly. Okay, that's an encounter for 685. Okay. Woo! We have an encounter. Kerbin encounter in 282 days. Okay, I got it. Man. All right, so the trick was understanding that they were going to pass each other and meet on the other side from this angle. About 70 degrees. Okay, I need to not screw this up. We have a plane change as well. Should we try to address that? We're close to the AN. Yeah, let's do that now while we're out here. So let's bring this down to like 2 meters per second and just kind of play with that. Oh, now that's changing everything. Hang on. Might need to tweak this a little bit more. Okay, let me come back over here. So we're back to not quite having the encounter. Closest approach, 279,000 kilometers. 273, 68, 200,000 kilometers. Okay. Periapsis of 55 million meters. 55,000 kilometers. Okay. I can get this better. Let me pin this. 55, 59, 50, 45, 41, 36, 32, 28, 24, 16, 13, 9 million kilometers. 9 million kilometers. Let's do that. Let's do that. But now the ascending node is messed up again, so I'm not sure about that. Let me tweak this just a skosh. Hold on. We're getting there. We're getting really close now. So I've pinned the ascending node. 0.1 degrees. Very good. And our periapsis is now at 30,000 meters. Let's get that a little closer. 28, 26, 24, 22, 20, 13. All right, I'm going to keep playing with this, guys. I'm going to get this real good. Kerbin periapsis, 1.4 million kilometers. All right, 1.3 million kilometers, and our angle. Yeah, okay. So the more I mess with the AN-DN, like it's kind of screwing things up a little bit. I'm not sure I have the right things selected. Ascending node. I think maybe we'll just put this back the way it was. Okay, so this has an encounter. Man, this is hard to see. We do have an encounter here. So maybe we'll just kind of do this. Kerbin encounter. Periapsis. Ascending node. I think I'm trying to over engineer this a little bit. I can't actually tell what my I think that's roughly what I want. That has an encounter. We can do more when we get closer, I think. Periapsis of millions of miles. I'm just trying to get it. I'm trying to figure out how do I get it kind of like as close as possible from where we are without kind of screwing up. Okay. That seems pretty good. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. It's balancing between the PE and the descending node. That's the problem. Yeah, the closer I get, the more the node changes. But this is actually zeroing out. So I'm kind of trading between prograde and normal here. 9 mil. Will you have enough DV to retro down to Kerbin? Multi-arrow right to slow in orbit. Arrow brake at 40 kms and also engine. Okay. I think we're going to do this. We're going to still have 1,000 DV. So we're going to get on this course and we're just going to see what happens. So yeah, we're going to start here. We're going to use this maneuver node. The burn time is obscene. But that's actually okay. Well, no, it's not okay. We want this to be pretty precise, but I don't want to sit here on stream for 23 minutes burning. So we're gonna fix that. Let's put this back up. What does that give us? Yeah, we'll go full throttle here. Okay, we're just gonna do it and see what happens. Wish me luck, guys. Or I guess I'll wish you luck. Or you're not on this flight. That's cool. The maneuver node stays exactly where it is no matter what's going on in the background. Really want to bring all this science home. Okay. I think we'll just have to do like a mid-course correction. We will have over 1,000 meters per second. And we're getting an encounter with Kerbin, so I think that's okay. It's a long stream, guys. It's part of it is because I'm doing stuff I've never done before, and I'm trying to figure it out. But this, if I not only made it to Duna on my very first attempt, but also made it home with all that science, I would call that a friggin' victory for sure. That's a win, man. Track this maneuver node a little bit. It's pulling up a little bit out of prograde. done here. It's nerve-wracking. Yeah, it really is. You're like, oh my god, how do I do this? What if I screw this up? All right. That's about the best I can do. Let's see where that put us. Now, we are on an intercept course. Okay, that's good. So we're still kind of in the right general direction, but we need to do another burn now. Or do we do it now, or do we do it later? Let's see what happens if we do it a little bit later. So we're at the AN here. We're pretty close. I'm gonna stop worrying about the plane change. We're gonna be close enough for biscuits. That's fine. Actually, I guess we could do it at the descending node here. Let's add a maneuver here in 295 days and see what this gets us. Okay. And what does that do for our intercept? Not that much. What would we want to do? Closest approach. Actually, let's cancel this, and let's just come out to, like, here. Let's add a maneuver here. What does that get us? We kind of tweak this a little bit. Let's just do a little teeny tiny bit. Closest approach, 93. Okay, that's sinking down a little bit. Oh, that messed it up a lot. I think we might need to do our burn over here where we are. We need to do a correction somewhere over here, like a very fine correction. Let's go ahead and... What is this right here? Duna escape? In 2 days and 1 hour? Wait, what? Why are we still on a Duna escape? We're not technically out of it yet. All right, whatever. Let's go check out Kerbin. Or no. We need to focus on what, the sun here? So close, I can taste it. Okay. Let's go ahead and scale way down here. And let's see if we can get our closest approach a little bit better. So we want to bring it in like that, I think. Now that's making it grow. That's, I think, the best we can do. So that's not even that good. What if we... Huh. $95.7, $95.9. I'm getting a little stumped here. I'm not sure how to close that gap. So we're traveling this way. So if we just kind of... All right, maybe we just do it here at the DN again. So here's our descending node. Let's add a maneuver. Let's burn... I can't tell. Okay. So then closest approach 92,000. And are we inside of its orbit there? Okay, hold on. This is sort of working. There we go. There's our encounter. Okay. Kerbin encounter, periapsis of 81 million. We got to get this in there. Closer. I'm a little stumped here. Can we burn the rest of this fuel? We can only get to like 68 million. And that's not going to be enough to get home. I gotta pee, don't crash without me. Putting on all the work getting there and worrying about returning. Halfway, radial. Yeah, okay, we'll wait. That's all of our remaining fuel. So this is not the place to do it. I guess we do a mid-course correction here. We try this. Right? We were much closer at one point. Hold on, there we go. There's a periapsis. $71, $48, $28 million, $13. Okay. Looks like that's kind of the best we can do for that. I'm just going to do this burn. 42 meters per second. Sure, why not? Let's get that going. Let's toggle this way down. 4% ought to do the trick. There we go. And let's go. I imagine, like, somebody who's done this a million times before watching me fumble this, like, that person would never watch my stream, whoever they are. But if they were, watching it must be one of the most frustrating experiences. They're like, watching me spend 45 minutes trying to figure out stuff that they can do in, like, 10 seconds. You know? These guys are just sitting in their can for months and months and years at a time. Okay. Let's go over to the maneuver node, which in this case is prograde. We got a nice slow burn to get our precision as close as possible here. Distance at approach 1. We want this as low. We want this as low as possible. Approach 1, right? All right, here comes the burn. A long, slow burn at a very low rate of thrust. That's fine. We want this to be as precise as possible. And now, a minute and a half from now, I stop burning. I hope it works. So much science to bring home. Watch me get all the way home and then realize, like, I don't have a heat shield or something on the lander. There it is. Just reassuring myself. Dude, this little solar panel strut, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So 24 total. They did work, man. I didn't even need that many. Kept it fully charged the whole mission. They're so happy they forgot to breathe. Yeah, exactly. They're all just sitting there with their mouths hanging open for months at a time, right? Hmm. We can see our approach dropping over here. That's good. It's toggling between million meters and gigameters. Okay, there we go. Let's take a look over here. So after that particular burn, we have a Kerbin encounter in 95 days. And our periapsis there is 13 million meters. Okay. So I think what we do now... let me target Kerbin. Let's see what's actually going on here. So we're coming in... Yeah, this is the same issue we had before. We're coming in at this weird polar... We're coming in underneath the planet. And we are going to be influenced by it. So here's our periapsis at 100 days. Here's 95 days. Let's see what happens if we add a maneuver here and just, like, go planetward. Like that. ...132 meters there. Brings our periapsis to 2 million. And then can we retrograde this? Okay, that puts us in orbit. Holy crap, that puts us in orbit. A weird polar orbit, but this entire mission has been weird polar orbits. Woo! Okay, I think we're getting home. I think we're actually getting home here. How crazy is that? Oh, man. Okay, all right. Woo! Relief. Let's go to maneuver 1. What's that, Minimus? So when we started back at Duna, we had what, 1,800, I think, something like that, or 2,000 and change. I can't remember exactly. All right. Well, now we need to. Oh wait, we need to fix our engine. 11-second burn. I love it. We need to get pointed at our maneuver node. Come on. There we go. And let's get it going on. All right, start burn in 2 minutes 25. Skip forward. Okay, looks good. All right, we're going to be 2 million miles from home, inside the orbit of the moon. 2 million meters, sorry. 2 million meters. 2,000 kilometers. Gosh, does that feel good. All right, next burn is pure retrograde. Let's get there. Coming in from Duna, baby. Love it. 26-second burn to get into this elliptical orbit. We've got 999 meters per second left. We're going to be just fine. We're getting home. Ooh, what a stream. My very first time going to Duna, not only did I get there, I'm bringing everybody home. Very happy about that. These weird polar orbits notwithstanding. I'm not sure what caused that, but undoubtedly it was my fault. Alright, we're facing retrograde. We're facing the maneuver node. That's all good. Let's get ready to burn. So look at this. The mission took 4 years, 4.5 years. Almost 5 years to go to Duna and back. These Kerbals are happy to do it, right? Oh, man. Okay. So we've got 665 left. When doing inclination changes, you already have to be on the target orbit and burn to stay there. Yeah. I don't know what happened here, but I'm fine with it. We got home. Let's take a look. Spacewalk in orbit of Ike and escape the gravitational influence of Ike. Fine. Okay. Let's go up to AP. And let's slow down a little bit. Bring that periapsis into where we can start aero braking. We can bring this down to just above the atmosphere for 125, and then we can try to slow ourselves down before we actually enter. Okay. Let's do the next maneuver. This is a 9-second burn. We need to be facing retrograde here. I wonder if I can land at, like, the North Pole or something. That'd be fun. You do more science there. Get an extra 15 science or whatever. Okay. We're ready to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, burn. Okay, periapsis 96, that's pretty good. I'll take that. Let's slow down quite a bit here if we can, since we have the DV to burn. Okay. When doing... Yeah, you already said that. I already read that. Retrograde. Let's burn, baby. Bring it in, bring it in. Okay, there we go. So I guess that's our final orbit. We've only got 115 meters per second left. Where your orbit meets the target orbit, the node, doing inclination changes. Yeah. No, I was able to do it. I understood the concept of like setting the plane correctly on the way out there, but something got screwed up. I was doing too many weird burns, and I ended up coming in underneath the planet and didn't know how to fix that without spending a bunch of DV. I also was like very paranoid about having enough DV to get home. Anyway, we did, the main thing is exactly, we brought them home alive. Let's set up our final insertion burn up here. We're probably going to need to do 1 or 2 aero brakes here. I don't want to come in this hot. Actually, we have a heat shield. You know what? It's fine. And we have a quick save. Let's just go ahead and get home. So we'll put the periapsis down around 25. There we go. And that should slow us down here. And actually, we should land pretty close to the Space Center. Fun. Yeah, the science screen's going to be a big number. I think it's going to be over 500 science. Maybe more than that. It might be closer to 1,000. Place your bets, guys. Place your bets. How much science do you think we earned on this mission? Pick a number. I'll say 1,100. So you guys take your guesses before we actually land here. Let's get a little bit more fine control here on this particular burn. Facing retrograde. Correctable at the node about halfway. They each get a star. Yeah, definitely that. Okay, hang on, I gotta focus on this. Over 800, okay. It's not Price is Right rules, closest wins. So I say 11, Michael says 800. Larry, you got a guess? Periapsis of 27. Match that up to 25. Easily enough. Okay, there we go. All right. Time for our final stages here. We're going to detach the solar panels and the fun little engine that brought us all the way here. This Poodle did work, man. Good job for the Poodle and the Rocco Max X232s, because the Poodles and the Stubs here, the Thuds rather, the Thuds were just to get into orbit. I wonder if a refinement of this would not be to put these on, to make these removable somehow. Put these on decouplers as well. But the Poodle did work. Took us all the way to Duna and back. Good job, guys. All right, so, and thank you as well to the solar panels. They did amazing work as well. Okay. And now we just have our friend, the lander. With our heat shield with full ablator, because I wasn't sure how many aero brakes I would need to do on the way home. Anyway, let's go. Actually, hold on. Real quick. Since we're at the South Pole here, let's do an EVA report. You're starting to feel you should really get back into the ship. Oh, no. Oh, no. What was that? I think he upset things there. He got ripped off the ship because we were in the atmosphere. Okay, that's pretty funny. Where are we? We're still at the other... We're still before the burn. The final burn. Okay. Let's get that back. Retrograde. Down to 25. We were a little closer there than I realized when I pushed him outside. He got ripped off the ship. Okay, let's do this. Oh, can't do it in auto speed. Go. That was a simulation, guys, of what would happen if somebody got outside of the ship while in the upper atmosphere. I was thinking about the ice caps. I don't know if I have Ava reports above them, so I was trying to grab that real quick, but we'll be a bit more cautious there. Periapsis 25 would be nice. There we go. Done and done. Okay. Let's try that last little bit again. Separate. Okay. Let's come down to about here. Where are we going to be there? I suppose actually we don't need a maneuver here. Let's get rid of that. Let's just zoom in a little bit. We'll watch this counter here. Okay. Now we're in the atmosphere. And where is the planet? There it is. Okay. Let me try this one more time. Maybe we're high enough. Ava report. Board. Nope, can't do it. He gets pushed off so quickly. Maybe we can just get in there. Hang on. EVA report. Board. You know what it is? It's his helmet's exploding, I think, from the heat. Hold on. EVA report board. I think I got it. Yes, we did get it. We did get it. If he's fast enough, you can do it. How about that? Let's face retrograde. I think we already were. Okay. Look at this coming in underneath the ice. Very cool. And from here, it should be pretty straightforward. Home from Duna, boys. You didn't get to land, but you orbited. So good for you. fine. We're gonna be just fine. I didn't even need to bring all that apple later. Well, we didn't know, again, we didn't know how many aero brakes we were gonna need. That was pretty funny, his little helmet, like, heating up and exploding. His head exploded like 5 times before I managed to get it in there. One last piece of science for the road, right? Can you imagine if that was like a real story? Like a guy goes all the way to Mars, comes home, and then as they're in the upper atmosphere, mission control's like, hey, pop your head out the window and take a report of the ice caps. And his helmet gets exploded. Hey, we made it. My God, a 5-year mission. 4 years, 285 days. Stage everything. I suppose I shouldn't count my chickens before they're hatched. I should make sure that these 3 parachutes are actually enough to rescue this thing. 12.5, they should pop. What's going on with these? Altitude. Oh, 1,350, not 13,500. Okay. What are we going into? We're going into the ocean here? We came up under the Earth, under the ice cap, I think. And looks like we might hit land. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's skip forward. Okay, here's the moment of truth. I think that's the ocean. And we are slowed to 5.6 meters per second. 5 years. Open the chute at the last possible moment. Not for this mission, man. 1350, baby. Alright. Let's splash him down and bring him home. Here's the moment of truth. Here's the science screen you guys wanted to see. How much did we get from this mission? You'll find out in 600 meters. This little capsule, man, it's been their home for 5 years. So, like Jebediah and Bill, they were like in their 30s when they left, and now they're getting closer to 40. They're like, I'm an old Kerbal, I can't do this anymore. Actually, technically, Kerbals are immortal, right? So they can live for centuries. These guys could live forever. Their life expectancy is a lot shorter because they're frequently killed in explosions, but barring that. All right, here we go. This is going to be pretty nuts. Wow! 1,826 science earned. Fantastic. What a ride. Crew reports, 25 apiece, 35 for some of them. AVA reports for a lot of stuff. Atmospheric pressure scans, material studies and goo reports. Look at all this. Look at all that delicious science. We can unlock like 4 or 5 different nodes now. So, I guessed 1,100. I think Michael guessed 8, so we were way undershooting here. Almost 2,000 science earned. We recovered 9,000 from the... I don't even know how much that ship cost. Probably 70,000 or something. And these guys are all level 3. Wow, okay. Straight past level 2 to level 3. Fantastic. I guess interplanetary travel really juices your experience. Good job, guys. Okay. 1,907.5 science. Larry asks, are you done with Satisfactory? Here's what I could say. I'm taking a break from it. It's a very addictive game. I love it a lot, and I've built a lot of cool stuff in it, and I want to go back to it eventually. I'll get the itch to go back soon. Well, not soon. I'll get the itch back to go back eventually. But right now, KSP is very addictive. I'm very much involved in it. What is all this crap out at the launch pad? Oh, I thought that was explosions or something. So I'm going to, like, in terms of my morning streams, it's going to be KSP for the foreseeable future. Until I get, run out of stuff to do in here or kind of get frustrated or tired of this. But, I mean, the high of completing a mission like that is very, very rewarding. So, we are going to have plenty of funds over here. So these are 160. So we could get pretty much everything in this row, right? Because we have enough for 10 of these. Or we could kind of pick and choose and maybe get 2 or 3 things over here in the 300 row. Like advanced metalwork. Modular girder segment, Clampotron shield docking port, or the stack quad coupler, nuclear propulsion, the Werner engine, or the Nerve engine. And what else do we have? Large volume containment, the Kerbodyne S370-200 tank. That's ridiculous. And then we've got composites, a larger shell for bigger payloads, I-beams, I don't know what this is about, structural panels, heavy landing, heat shield inflatable, scanning tech. Probably we try to get to scanning tech for more science. This opens up a whole bunch of stuff. We could go back to the moons, do moon landings, and track all those different biomes and get this stuff. Unmanned tech, we can get some more probe tech, electronics we can get up to. The accelerometer, that's another scientific instrument. Having a big relay antenna would be nice. There's a lot of cool stuff here. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to buy, but we're kind of rich when it comes to science now, and our reputation's nice as well. So, all right, guys, I'm going to take a break here. I'm going to go get some breakfast and chill out and relax, and my next stream will be Wednesday morning. Thank you so much for being here. Bob Schwan, Larry Nett, Radu, and Michael Linsenmeyer. Glad to have you guys in the chat. It was fun sharing this experience with you. I know going to Duna was a lot more exciting. Getting home was kind of fiddly. I had some problems there. It was tough. Didn't know what I was doing, and it took me quite a while to figure it out, but I appreciate you being along for the ride and participating in this experience with me. So have a great rest of your Sunday. Or no, today's Monday. Today's Monday, right? Lose track of the days. Yeah, have a great rest of your Monday. And like I said, my next stream will be Wednesday morning at the regular time. So we'll see you then, where we will probably get into buying some science and figuring out what we want to do next. Until then, take care, and we'll see you next time.